We're live. Are captions working? That's the real question. Okay, they've caught up now, so hopefully they understand that they need to be good. They will pay. Looks like we're good, though. So, hi everybody. I see a resub from a Jamie Wolf. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about Twitch subscriptions in just a second. And hey Bill, welcome on in. And I'm Mischievous Red. Thank you for the resub since I can see you. Hi. So, with that, I think that goal is now... I think this goal is wrong. I think that should be 11, not 12. But that's fine. So we have some things to talk about, chat. Too many things to talk about. So first off, if you're not already following me on the Twitters, do that, because that's where I do a lot of my shit posting when it's not here. Also, in going into the larger picture of talking about part of my title, Twitch Do Better, I have made the decision to open up Ko-fi memberships. I was hoping that was the right command since I made it 5 minutes ago. So the lowest tier of my Ko-fi memberships is the same as a Twitch subscription at $5 a month, except I get more of the cut, whereas Twitch takes 50% of what you give, and you get early access to any announcements that I make regarding tabletop RPG content, and you get access to an exclusive Discord space known as the Ashen Workshop, named after this Twitch stream. So, if you like supporting me but don't want to give Twitch your money, check out Ko-fi. Or, if you would like to support my larger tabletop endeavors, check out Huntsman's Hydra, which is a tabletop RPG channel that I founded with my fiance, Mischievous Red. And we actually have session 0 for our first game in 2 days. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to figure out when our first session is. It'll be good. But yeah. Now, I'm not going to harp a lot on this, because there's been a lot of discussion in the past 2 weeks regarding what Twitch needs to do. But I want to make it very clear that even though I don't use any of the tags that have been used to harass people, they should stick around, and what should happen is Twitch gets their shit together and gives mods better security measures, or gives IP bans, or anything that would help a streamer out, instead of, you know, we're releasing new tools later this year. Well, the problem is you're being hate rated now, Twitch, and all your small streamers, which, by the way, all that fucking money of yours adds up. Just Twitch, do better. Everyone, I appreciate the resubs, don't get me wrong. I do really appreciate the resubs, but if you're not already subbed to someone and you want to support them, don't support via Twitch. Support via Ko-fi, Patreons, send them something off their fucking Amazon wish list, whatever. I mean, Amazon would still get the money, but so maybe not the Amazon wish list, but you get what I mean. So yeah, because I'm tired of banning people. I've had an auto banner running for 2 days, and I'm about oh. Well, cool. Then I can speak up about this even more. I'm a mental health advocate. Fuck the trolls. Punch a Nazi. And get out of my space. Because as a hetero cis white guy, all these other hetero cis white guys, get the fuck off Twitch. You don't belong here. Diverse space ain't for you. because all you want to do is hate on people. Get out. Okay. Rant over. I'm going to start Stream Raiders now. But I wanted to get that out of my system because I didn't get to talk about it last week because how much was going on, I took a step back and helped everyone else, helped everybody else with all the banning and everything else that needed to be done. So that's where we're at now. I'm going to just start with artillery. It's an easy one, but screw it. Also, as a heads up for folks, I did up a lot of the auto mod protections. So words may get caught that you don't expect. And then I also updated my block list, which does include some ableist and sanism-based words that you may be used to using, but I want to try to remove those from our vocabulary, so start getting creative. And if you need an explanation for these things, let me see if I have that command set up, because I think I set it up. It is !able and !sane. Either one of those. Here, I'll even put them in the chat. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. Also, as another person that helped out a ton last week with everything, check out Jamie Wolf. And also, I need to update things because Jamie also has a motherfucking Patreon. The Most Vodka Patreon. Jamie, you should steal that and use that somewhere, even if you don't drink vodka. So, and yes, of course, also shout out to my wonderful fiance, Mischievous Red. I don't know why you got brought into this, but now you're here. So, check out my lovely fiance, who also just set up a coffee. So yeah. See. Trying to think if there's anything else. I know my lovely mods have things handled, but I may be occasionally stopping to check things. I apologize, except I don't, because it's needed right now. So we'll get to this in a second. Just talking about what today's gonna look like. I started at 6:30. Jordan usually starts at 7:30. Jordan's also doing an unboxing, so that'll take a little bit. So we'll say 8. So from now to 8 o'clock, we're talking tabletop RPGs, and specifically my D&D 5th edition class, which will be the next blog post on ashenworks.com, Circle of the Wolves. Based off the movie The Wolfwalkers, which is available on Apple TV. But we had a movie night, and I got inspired. So here we are. Let's see. And then I actually wrote this up for the first time while I was at work, and I also have a version that I'm sending specifically to D&D Jordan Lee later on. Jamie, when you get a chance, can we get a shout out for D&D Jordan Lee, who will be going live at 7:30? I'd appreciate it. Other things. I have disabled hype trains. I have increased the bit limit. I have disabled leaderboards. If you want to support, go to my Ko-fi. Or support the Huntsman's Hydra Patreon. or the Huntsman's Hydra. Well, no, Huntsman's Hydra Ko-fi doesn't have a PayPal account yet, so don't do that. Support my Ko-fi, and I'll make it work. I have a goal right now to fund a second show on Huntsman's Hydra. And once we hit that, I think it's gonna be an Urban Shadows game. I'm not gonna guarantee that because we may get funding for that a different way. But Urban Shadows with Happy Capster, I set the goal for 8 sessions. I don't know how many Maria wanted to have. So if we go over, we get more Urban Shadows with maybe different crews. Yeah, Bill, if you want to check out the Patreon, it is... I need to get all of the Huntsman Hydra links as a command, because I haven't done that yet. But yeah, it's patreon.com/HuntsmanHydra. Not a whole lot going on there right now until we get that first game rolling. Once first game's rolling, then we'll have some fun. But yeah, otherwise, what else has been going on? Mainly just dealing with trolls. And then I started working on this. I also... Next big project is getting Case of the Wayward finale up on, I think, Drive-Thru RPG. I think that's where I want to put it. I'm going to try my best to only use the open game license because I haven't challenged myself to do that yet. Plus, I get more of the cut. It just doesn't get as much visibility on Drive-Thru as it does on DM's Guild. So it's like... you know. So, I have a couple things here. I think I have everything written down from this. I need to keep the Circle of the Haven stuff, but that's for later. Speaking of, I need to steal some text. From this. So I think this is the only... So... So yeah. This is... Also, let me look up if that's an okay word. Do a little bit of sensitivity research while we're here. If you want a good place to start for accessibility and other sensitivity things, what you want is the Accessibility and Gaming Resources, which is from Dream Wisp on Twitter, also known as Jennifer. So, what I'm looking for, my favorite thing to use is the language. I understand this one is just ableism, but I like checking. Bear Bear, thank you for the follow. Hi. Love those Cypher tier emotes. Welcome on in. Let's see. So we got Fair Bear on own channel, and then it's, I'm gonna get this wrong. Rolling these 20s. Does it have the G? I think that's right. Make sure I'm right on that one. But yeah, so I'll double check this before I blog post. Got it. Yes. I see, if I'm on my phone, they're all on auto complete because I've used them so much. Oh yeah, Jamie, shout out whatever other channels. GR crew. There's some underscores in there. I think it's the underscore GR underscore crew. Yeah. So, yeah, we got Circle of Wolves, and the idea for this, of course, always got to shout out another member of the Found family, and everything you're involved in, because that's what we do. Rising tides raise all ships. So, the idea for this class was originally, or subclass, excuse me, was to reenact the ability seen in the Wolfwalkers movie. Now, I've changed it a little bit as to not make it as close to Circle of the Shepherd from Xanathar's. So, what we're doing here is you still wild shape as a wolf, which is shown in the movie. They become an actual wolf. I'm saying a spirit wolf. So it's going to be a fey creature rather than a beast, not to step on Circle of the Moon's toes. So, the way the wolf spirit form works is it will level up with you. So, increased hit die, and it starts out with a little more health than you would anyway. I think it starts out with... Well, I know what enemy I'm going to use. 2 hit, damage, etc. And I have a stat block we'll use, and then we'll make adjustments. And then I'm going to have to do it in layout when I post it. But it also has lifelink. And the way this works, while the Wolfwalkers in the movie could switch back and forth, if they got hurt in their wolf form, it affected their human because they were 2 separate entities. Your spirit became the wolf. So what we do instead here is that you fully become the wolf, but you don't, you actually don't you don't revert your form until you hit 0 HP. Lifelink, gain life points equal to damage dealt by creature with lifelink. Well, yes, that's down here. It's down here, Jamie. Lifelink V2. But yeah, when you hit 0 HP again, or when you hit 0 HP total, you revert to your normal form. So, let's see. Yeah, it has lifelink, and it's going to... There were a couple things I was going to look up, so I'm going to have the... I'm going to have D&D Beyond pulled up, so I can use that. So I need... What we're going to do... Sorry, I know I'm doing this off screen. But try and be a little quick. We're going to take the Direwolf stat block and use it as our base. And then we'll adjust this because there's going to be some changes based off the normal wild shape characteristics. Can't wait to add this to my homebrew collection. I can't wait for someone to use it. Like, I was... Poor Nyx, so excited to use Path of the Uwu Barbarian just for his internet to tank because he was too hot for the internet. But kind of, I guess I should talk about the overall class feel, and then we can dive into the actual design. So, starting at 2nd level, you can transform into a wolf spirit, and it will be based off the Direwolf template, but it will level up with you. And then it comes with what could be considered a detriment, lifelink, or I may rename it to spirit link now that I have you regain HP equal to the damage you deal in my head. Thanks, Jamie. But essentially, you hit 0 HP as the wolf, you now start taking away from your own HP. And then from there, once you hit 0 again, then you'll revert forms. Then, also at 2nd level, yes, the wolf spirit is going to level up as you do. There's a couple different spots I was looking at because I think Tasha's. So here's what I'll do. I'm looking at. So what I'm probably going to replicate as well is the kind of look at what the summon wildfire spirit gets and see how it upgrades, if it does at all, because I have not played a wildfire druid yet. I don't think Circle the Shepherd, no. Essentially what I'm going to end up doing is looking at essentially this, where it's, oh, here it is. Starting at 6th level, you can transform into beast, druid level divided by 3. So I'm going to say the direwolf won't level up, because at 3rd level, it should be a 1. That's why we're starting with the direwolf. And then at 6, it'll be 2, so on and so forth. So at 20th level, you're looking at a CR6 wolf spirit, which isn't great on its own, which is why we boost it along the way. The other thing we're going to have to look at is the 6th level feature. But before that, I'm hoping to give a few key abilities to make this more of a... You could play this as a werewolf druid if you wanted. So what I'm saying is you get some essential features of being a wolf. And again, I'm diving into the design when I should talk about the full usage. Feral senses comes from the sense that you have lived in the wild, you were literally raised by wolves, and you are so connected to them that you're almost like a totem barbarian, where you're gaining their abilities as you level up. At 6th level, you get Pack of Wolves. So instead of using your wild shape to take on a wolf spirit form, you can use both uses of wild shape to summon a pack of spirit wolves. And that's why I give you something like Feral Senses, because if you still want to be melee, this doesn't require concentration. You just summon them. So you summon them, and then you concentrate on a spell like Flame Blade, or maybe you pull out your Shillelagh Quarterstaff, something like that. And from there, you're going to have your own melee plus the Pack of Wolves, which will also... They will probably be closer to half your druid level. Because at 6th level, that'd be CR3 for a swarm of wolves. That makes sense. And then go from there. And they'll have different abilities compared to what Direwolf gets, because they're essentially their own pack. So how does that affect pack tactics? Things like that. They probably swarm around and then get advantage. So they can attack anywhere around their space and within their space. 10th level, you improve your connection to the wolf spirit. You'll get lifelink. Hey, Cedar, welcome on in. Yeah, we were talking Circle of the Wolves, which is based off of the movie Wolfwalkers, which a bunch of us got to see. And so this is my take on like a werewolf druid. But we'll see how this goes. And what we're saying is you become a wolf spirit, you gain their senses outside of being the wolf, and at one point you can summon your own pack of wolves. But yeah, so then at 10th level, Lifelink version 2, what this is going to be is when you reach... Hey, it's a Lucha. Welcome on in. Yeah, you were summoned. You were. When you reach 0 HP in Wolf... Yeah, thank you, Lucha. Have a good rest of your evening, night, whatever it is for you. I forget time zones. Time is a social construct. I need the kimchi gif on a dial. Germany's so late. Yes, that's true. To all okay, so Lifelink V2, when you reach 0 HP in Wolf Spirit form, you gain resistance to all bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Also, all your Wolf Spirit attacks gain an extra XDY amount of... I have it as force damage right now. This also affects your Pack of Wolves ability. So you essentially get a big damage boost, and you can stay in the wolf form longer even if the wolf form's HP isn't keeping up, which may help you out. So I think that's enough for a 10th level ability. If not, I could also throw in some improved feral senses to go along with that. Are the attacks considered magical? So, first thing I was going to check was... I am currently checking D&D Beyond to make sure I'm right. Okay. So, thank you, Marlon, and welcome on in. I think what I decided to do was that I don't remember where I put that, because I had talked it out with Jordan at one point, but then I ended up switching what her version of the class was good, or the subclass was going to be. Which, by the way, for anybody who's heard me talk about this, there are now 2 separate subclasses. There is Circle of the Wolves and Circle of the Haven. So we're not designing Circle of the Haven on stream because that'll be exclusive to however Jordan wants to distribute it. So I think, yes, the attacks are going to be considered magical. I just am not sure where. So for now, we'll put it here. I think this makes... I think this makes the most sense because Circle of the Moon gets it at 6th level, and that isn't the point of this class. The point of this class is to be a wolf when you need to be, not as your primary. Well, it can be your primary, but it's give or take, because also I may change how spells affect Wolf Spirit. So, maybe what we'll do is at 6th level, attacks are considered magical. We'll just tack it on to the 2nd level ability just for cohesion. I think monks also get magical attacks at this level. Oh, that's fair. So you just... I could also just do... Since the 6th level ability is just a version of it. Would you be vulnerable to silvered weapons? Well... I don't... So, I've been talking about this as if it's a werewolf subclass, but I don't know. Play on words. Pack magic instead of packed magic. I think that's the wording on that. Would you... So, vulnerability is not used a lot in 5th edition. I use it on monsters a lot to give them that very clean weakness. But I haven't considered doing that to a player outside of, like, a curse. Yeah, what Jamie's saying, based off Wolfwalkers and what we know from the movie, silver doesn't seem to be an issue, but in D&D terms, if I keep it more werewolfy, you know what would be... What are you doing? Well, Hey, Neophet, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the Ashen Workshop. Hope you're doing well today, friend. So we're talking about if this subclass, which is kind of werewolfy, would be vulnerable to silvered weapons. I think what I'm going to say for now is... Well, we'll write this in its own box, because what I'll do is give it as a variant rule, silvered weapons, at player and DM both. CERN, spell check, CERN, discretion is what I was thinking of. We'll come back to it. If I don't get it right, we'll come back to it. Discretion. The wolf spirit form can have they gain resistances from the werewolf but gain vulnerability to silvered attacks. That could be it if I was going for a pure werewolf. I think because I'm already doing something that uses both, I don't want to. Okay. Anyways. And then keep that there. So, yeah, I would leave that up to the player and the DM to figure out, because that's a really good flavor idea if they want to play this as a full werewolf. What about an increase of resistance to silver as they gain level? So I would put that... So, like, maybe at 10th level, because you're going to have this for a while if you choose that. But also, that's up to your DM, because, like, I don't feel like the health's going to be that big of a deal. Like, even if I start you with... I mean, 37 HP at first level is a lot. or at 3rd level, or 2nd. Fuck. I'm on a roll today, y'all. I don't think that's going to be as big of a deal because you're going to end up fighting things like giants that can do, 40 points of damage in a turn. That's your wolf form gone. And now you're on your own HP if you even choose to keep that. You can expend an additional, we will get to that in just a second, additional wild shape to regain your wolf spirit's HP without reverting forms first. So basically you can burn that second, if you really feel like you need to, you can burn that second wild shape and just maintain your form, but regain the wolf spirit HP. But let's switch over to Stream Raiders real quick. Streamer's already running. Nah. Alright, so we have a lot of beefy. I like the Mystic Centurion. That looks good. So I can just haste everybody. So we're just gonna do that. Probably won't last. Yeah, 3 seconds, maybe. That nice heal at the end. Jamie and Bane getting some rewards. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I want the loyalty chest so that way we can get more tokens. So I'm thinking bottom route because it's also not too bad. We got an easy fight and then a slightly more difficult and then a really hard fight. And then we'll go over here. So, I think we'll do that. Look, it's just 2 toads. It's easy. I'm gonna put my GoJG flag bearer down. We're gonna do a little bit about battle planning and basically just say vibe and vibe. So yeah. Sure. Okay. So back to our scheduled programming. Y'all have fun with that. Let's see. So yeah, essentially what we have here is a pseudo werewolf druid. You get your wolf spirit form, you get some feral senses. This will give 60 feet of dark vision or increase dark vision by 30 feet. Because I don't want it to be as good as getting superior dark vision. Just because you're getting pack tactics out of it. Which, like, if you want to go melee druid and you have a rogue in the party, that would be fun. So, as a rogue, I would want this in my party. And then 6th level, you summon Pack of the Wolves, which I haven't decided what stat block we're going to use for that. We'll have to figure that out. Pack magic, your wolf form gains magical attack. Does not do any additional damage. You've got what you got. Okay, but also if you're a Drow and have superior dark vision, that's going to be whoa. Yeah, so that's 150 feet of dark vision. Or you could be a Twilight Domain cleric and get like 300. At least I think it's... I want to say it's Twilight Domain cleric. I'm going to look real quick on D&D Beyond. Also, I'm going to do this for myself so that I actually leave this open. I keep closing it, and it's not fun. So yeah, 1st level, dark vision of 300 feet. So, yeah, and you can share that dark vision. So I think I'm okay. I did it. I did that. I didn't want to do that. You need to go over here. Because I'm using you for stat blocks and things. I just look up swarm and see what I get. See through the veil into other planes of existence. That'd be a good one. Cedar, you would get along with Mischievous Red. Mischievous Red loves clerics. Case in point. Oh, well. That's so fun. I don't know how it goes. Salt Marsh, that's fine. I'll look it up later. So yeah, there's going to be some sort of stat block. I'm not too worried about building the stat blocks right now, because that typically doesn't take me long. Clerics are life, or death, or war, or light, or twilight. And all those in between. Knowledge, Arcana, and more. Clerics are the true carry. Unless you only have a paladin in your party, then the paladin's the carry. And even then, not always. So then we get... Here's where I wanted to stream this so I could get some ideas. Because... Oh, excuse me. Pack leader. When wild shaped, you can summon Pack of Wolves as an action. You can use this ability once per wild shape and regain all uses when you would normally regain wild shape. So essentially what you do is you wild shape into your wolf spirit form, and then after that you can, as an action, summon your pack, basically by howling and summoning the pack. Easy way to get pack tactics if you don't have another player around, if you're doing like a solo thing, or anything else your heart desires. I'm going to pull up, we're just going to go through the other Druid subclasses, I think. And we're going to look at their 14th level abilities. I think this lines up pretty well, but I could be, could be wrong. And the idea here is you are so far up in the pack. Like, the pack is all really linear, but you're the leader, so therefore they come to your aid even quicker and with less effort. So I am struggle busting through some of these right now. Okay, Druid circles. So, like, for instance, Circle of Dreams, short rest, you can cast one of the following spells. And it has a special use of teleportation circle. So, like, and you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So it's really just something you get once, and it's some really cool spells, but these are the 3 you get to choose from. Fungal Body for Circle of Spores. You're altered. Now this is a passive, which is different. That other one is an active only on short rest. This one, on the other hand, gives you a bunch of immunity to conditions, and you basically get mithril armor because critical hits don't affect you unless you're incapacitated, and then they still count for purposes of dying. I do... So, I'm going to have to do some damage calculations, because I just thought of something. At 20th level, not all druids get to 20th level. Cucumber water with a splash of lemonade. Quite good. Huh. I'm not a huge cucumber person, but I'll take your word for it. Note, 20th level, druids get infinite wild shapes. So my second level ability means I need to make this cost something. You can expend an additional wild shape as an action to regain your wolf spirit HP. So that at least takes your turn. And let's see. Let's do, is it any dice? We're going to look at the output on 5d10 plus 10. That's actually going to go up to... so first, let's look at this, because the average on this is 37 when you round down. What we're probably going to do is this is your con modifier. Let's say they maxed it out. We'll call it 5. But then this is going to go up by 18. That's 23. So just shy of 100, or you're looking at like 130-ish HP. So let's say this was max. Say this is your con doubled. 140 HP. So, not really a cucumber person either, but cucumber water has a lot of the same benefits as Gatorade or other sports drinks. Oh! While being gentler on the liver and kidneys. Okay, I may have to try that. So... After your full spirit form reaches 0 HP, you can expend an additional wild shape as an action to regain your wolf spirit's HP without reverting forms first. So additionally, quick little minimum here. This ability can be used a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier. Afterwards, you regain all uses on a long rest. Now I'll make this the actual terminology later, but if I remember correctly, yeah, you regain wild shapes on a short rest. So I'm going to say you only get these on a long rest. So that way, in a party that actually uses short rest, because not all parties do that, that means you can use this ability you'll actually use it up to your proficiency modifier, because at second level you have +2, if I remember correctly. Yeah, +2. So use a wild shape, you burn your second one to regain your HP, you do a short rest, and you do the same thing again. Because wild shapes only last for an hour. So that should take care of that. Which was just one concern I had. Let's see. And 14th level for Circle of Stars. Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Which is cool because that builds upon your starry form, which you've had since second level. And I think some of the other ones do as well. Yeah. Do I even look at Circle of the Land? When you reach 14th level, creatures of the natural world sense your connection to nature and become hesitant to attack you. Oh, yeah. It actually does have a good cap. Creature must make a wisdom saving throw. It's like Pact of the Archfey. So I think you choose the creatures in that one. Creature is aware of this effect before it makes its attack against you. Oh, that's interesting. Circle the Moon, you just get wild shape, or you get altered self at will, so you can get some of the benefits of your beast forms without actually using wild shape. Shepherd, reduced to 0 HP. While incapacitated, you immediately gain the benefits of conjure animals as if it were cast. So there's that. Yeah, I think 14th level, just like when wild shape, you can use your action to summon a pack of wolves. And so you can use his ability once per wild shape. It just basically means you get a free pack as an action. I think that'll do it. So this is what I got in terms of Circle of Wolves. Other than the pack of wolves having basically, it's essentially a swarm of dire wolves equal to half your druid level in CR. So that should help out. And then, do I still have vocals enabled? No, I don't know why that showed up. So essentially swarm of direwolves, and then it will level up with you, just not as drastically as your wolf spirit form. Or maybe more drastically, because since it's using both your wild shapes, it should be worth it, because you want it kind of as a distraction while you're spellcasting, if that's how you play this class. The way I designed it, it does seem to be leaning towards a melee druid, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to play it that way. You can play this however you want. I could see someone using this as an easy way to keep concentration spells up. Like, build a con druid who just casts Call Lightning and then takes wolf form and runs off, because you're going to have more movement speed. Yeah, 50 feet of movement. Your armor class is okay. You can pick up some other things that may help out with that, and then go from there. Oh, while y'all are here, I did think of something. I'm gonna check chat real quick. I did think of something. There's a Discord. Because we have Huntsman's Hydra, Mischievous and Red and I have also set up our own Twitch communities in Huntsman's Hydra. Now, you can only get to those communities if you're a Twitch subscriber or a Ko-fi member, but at least for mine. I don't know what Mischievous Red's doing with hers. But otherwise, you get access to Huntsman's Hydra, which has like a book nook for talking about manga, books, and anything else. We have a tabletop RPG corner. We're hoping to use it as a way to start up game groups or anything like that. Commander Pulsar, if you cast Call Lightning and run off, is it really prank Call Lightning? I need that sound effect at some point. Thank you, Pulsar, and welcome in. How's work? You may still be at work. I don't know. I don't know what your shop's hours are today. I'm sure I could look them up. But yeah, I was hoping this would take longer, but I had a lot of the ideas already. Other than I could do the stat blocks, but I don't really want to do those on stream because those take a bit. Just rushed home. I have D&D basically now. Ah, fun. Well, welcome in. Hey Gary, welcome on in. We have a Stream Raiders battle going, which I think you're already a part of. That'll be on in about 12 minutes. What we may end up doing is I will have been going for about an hour and about another 10 minutes. I may do a quick 2-minute break. We'll run the Stream Raiders battle, and then we'll see where Jordan's going to be at. Apologies. You're fine, Pulsar. A shocking turn of events. Hey, you know what? Jordan just went live. Okay, I gotta wait on Jordan to finish her unboxing, and then I can join her for Sea of Thieves. I will need a break to set up Sea of Thieves because my setup's weird for that game. It requires a lot. But I got it. So, let's see. I'm trying to remember what else I wanted to talk about. You know what? Let's go through my OneNote and just see what's here. It's all D&D related. I have like random notes that I can use for things. Oh, this was cool. Somebody suggested this to me during a world building stream. Oh yes, Lloyd is on the cat wheel. If you want Lloyd as an emote, you can check out She's Red and get this cute little raid emote. So check out Mischievous Red. She's not live tonight. She's live Thursday because tomorrow's date night. Though we may be on Jordan's channel playing DBD. We'll see. But somebody suggested this. It was like an alternate attunement system. That's really small text for y'all, I'm sure. But essentially, it's like over charming in Hollow Knight, where you start paying a cost. I think what would be cool is if you started not using the current exhaustion wheel, because that's a lot. But like, what if you started taking levels of exhaustion that affected things like reduced movement speed or reduced like hit die suggested here, or disadvantage in a certain skill, things like that. You can't benefit from expertise. But yeah, there was that. Saw an interesting thing on Twitter. Oh yeah, we could talk about that. That's the here. At this point, I'm just looking for things. Let's go just chatting. Here we go. Everything's still working. Cool. So that was the treat it like a reality TV show, right? Is that the one you're thinking of? That is the thread, but it isn't the idea you took away from it. Oh. Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts, unless you want to save it for a morning patrol, which I would completely understand. I'm currently going through all my old homebrew and seeing what I can adapt for a blog post. I do have a set of gunslinger feats. Though I would need to take away trick shot, because that's definitely just Matt Mercer's trick shots. And then I have rules for adding cleave back into D&D, where that was you hit so hard you go through the first creature into the second creature. And I had 2 ways of implementing that. I still need to do Coffee Domain Cleric. I think that's going to be my next one. And then trying to see what else we may have here. Coffee. Yeah, just a coffee domain cleric. Praise the bean. Praise the bean. don't think it necessarily changes the way of putting a game together happens, but I do like the idea of smaller chunks of lightly edited content. Yeah, I would love to. What I kind of want to do, and I need to do this for the charity games that I've already been in, I want to start putting together a highlight reel that I can start adding to, at least in my content, and then also the games as a whole. But then also, I would love to take, like, let's say we ran a Huntsman's Hydra game. I would love to put the full length of the game, and then also, hey, if you're just trying to catch up, here's the key moments. If you're really invested in seeing everything, you can do that, but you can do it that way. I have some. I could do a thread on magic items at some point. I do have a bunch here. And like how to implement them in your game in a more creative way. And then I have a section that's stealing ideas from video games, where I have a couple of magic items from that. So let's see. Thing I want to consider, do some more reading and polish the idea I have. Plus, I need to go be a paladin. Go be a paladin! Before you leave, let us know what kind of paladin you are. But have a lovely time, Commander Pulsar. And if you're not already following the good Commander, Commander Pulsar is a member of the Found family, and we support everybody in the Found family. And does a lot of tabletop RPG talk, and is currently hacking together an Aegon Game Jam submission that Jamie and I got to play test last night. And it was real fun. So, Oath of Radiance Paladin. I really need to check out Cobalt Press's character options. It's one I've held off on because I own a lot of the stuff, but I know the moment I open that floodgate, I won't go back. But you know. Let's see. So, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a 5-10 minute break. So when we come back, we'll do Stream Raiders. But we'll do that. And I really need to set up some buttons for start stream, break, and everything else, but whatever. So we're going to do that. Homework while I'm gone. What's your favorite class? And it doesn't have to be D&D, and why? So we'll do that. All right, I'll be right back. Enjoy these ads from my friends at the Found Family and our extended network and friends, and we will be right back.
artists isn't about appeasing the crowd. Rather, it's about tending to the broken parts inside of ourselves. We create things as a reflection of this struggle, to study our perception of self. Benwave isn't necessarily a thing you achieve. Rather, it is a state of mind which you constantly strive toward. This all comes from an understanding that ideas aren't static, but fluid, like water. Be like water.
Hey there, I'm Oryx, recent escapee from a digital cult, and I want you to come on down to Zester's Warehouse. Are you a geek? Well, why not show it off with designs like this, or this, or even this? If you're feeling saucy, I don't know. I can't see them. This is a green screen. Life itself is artifice. We pay to exist in this comforting lie. Or maybe you want something a little more low-key. Well, Zerjester's Threadless Warehouse has you covered with these lovely offerings. Let them be a pleasant and fashionable distraction from thoughts of your past mistakes. We can't ever go back to Arizona. So come on down to Zerjester's Threadless Warehouse today. Just take the exit off the interstate, just past the large statue of me, a graven image devoid of substance, yet somehow still worshipped, which raises uncomfortable questions about humanity's relationship with religion and false idols. Daddy Musk is sending us to Mars.
Hi, friends. Oh, I should be on chatting, not on main. Hi. So, yeah, truly, being serious for a second, I want to be, but I'm currently not one of those people that is fully freelance and getting hit hard by Twitch right now. Zerjester and many other creators are. because people are very quick to say, oh, I won't support you via Twitch if you don't want me to, but not taking that support somewhere else because of the other things involved with Twitch, like the hype trains, leaderboards, the instant gratification of it. We get some with the Ko-fi button. So, but thank you, Jamie, for posting everything. Go check out Zero Jester. I love Zero. Zero got to play in a one-shot with me for Colors of Change. And got to fight his own puppet as a demon lord. That was fun. And very interesting. And then I got to be like, well, Zero, your puppet fought a butter cow. Not a cow that makes butter. But yeah, like Jamie's saying, Twitch is good about getting money out with hype trains, emotes, and notifications. Everything else, there's only so much we can do. Please support creators outside of Twitch. Like, you're trying to prove a point here, and that's one of the ways you can help prove that point. So yeah. And then one last thing I forgot to do. Put this so y'all don't hear it. We'll pop over to the Jordans. So see you, Jordan. Jordan is streaming. Jordan's still doing it, just chatting. So I'll let that sit. Twitch, a capitalist hellscape. The name of my expose. Fair. Like, just capitalism sucks, y'all. It's weird that word's censored, but whatever. So we do have a Stream Raiders battle, so we're gonna do that. And I see everybody vibing. I love the War Beast. That's a kick-ass War Beast. We're just gonna curse them. We're gonna make it even worse for them. All right, see you, Jamie. Have a good one. Thank you for modding while you could. All right. Lots of rewards. Let's just keep this ball rolling and get the next battle started. Do an archer. Why not? Put archer down, leave that as is, and we'll come back to it. There we go. Okay. So cool. And let's see. I'm gonna go ahead. I think I can do this without breaking everything, so bear with me. I'm going to see if I can get my Elgato set up for Sea of Thieves to avoid any issues. I may lose audio for a moment. Bear with me. Am I gonna lose it? I don't think I didn't lose it. Cool. Cool. That worked well then. Okay, so I should be able to load up everything in the background and not have to worry about it later.
I was like, you had to have seen
So,
me. I was like, what is going on here?
Nine times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, Sheevy's Red's playing Dead by Daylight or a horror game. So if you hear someone, it's her. But hey, she's not streaming tonight. Go check her out at Sheevy's Red. And actually, she is streaming with some fun people right now. Mashed Potatoed, who is a longtime friend of mine, and Mashgraph. Both really great streamers. Mash just got affiliate. Mashgraph is working on it. So cool people, go check them out. And if you enjoy their community, leave them a follow. Oh man, I thought I was gonna have more to do with that. So what is? Oh yeah, then I make a full screen projector that goes to. Okay, I'm remembering how to do things now. Full projector screen to 3. So, okay, so that's all set up, all well and good. There was a random giggle in that track. That was weird. So actually, you know what I think we're gonna do? I want to support my friend Jordan, and I want to be able to mod and not worry as much about stream while we play Sea of Thieves. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to raid Jordan, which I think most of you are also watching Jordan. Going to go ahead and raid over. I'm going to take a little longer of a break. Yes, thank you, Fair. I do this. I'm actually doing this again this Saturday over on Huntsman's Hydra. So, so I'll be streaming over there on Saturday, 9:30ish Eastern AM. Yeah. So we're going to do just some world building, getting ready for our streamed game. I'm hoping to have a better idea what I need prepped after Thursday, so that should help us out. But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and raid into Jordan. Hopefully she has raids enabled. We'll see. I know she's going, so we're just going to... She's talking. Hey, perfect. She's talking about her Ko-fi memberships. Also, hi, if you want access to things like Circle of the Wolves before it goes on my blog, sign up for a Ko-fi membership and you get early access. Or if you want to just support the channel and don't want to do it on Twitch, my lowest tier is the same price as a Twitch subscription, and you get to give me more of the cut instead of just 50%, because do better, Twitch. But yeah, I'm going to end it off there. I will go ahead and run the Stream Raiders battle. So if you're already in it, I will run it when it's done. So don't worry about that. Otherwise, I'm going to throw it in my end screen, and I will catch you all next time. See you tableside.